All right. It keeps bringing that little message up about the local recording.
Mm.
It's okay though. I just close it out. We're live.
All right. Now we're live. Now we're back. Now we're live on all platforms. I want to double check on the Logie group because that's the most important group, and that
Hmm.
was not running earlier, and it is now. Thank you, thank you. We got the first heart on our Logie group. Excellent. All right. So as we let people come on in today, we have a back to basic webinar or rather training. So when Eileen and myself are doing these streams, we like to take things back to the very basic because every week we always have these calls and a lot of times we talk into the newest feature or jump into the biggest technical issues that certain people are having that week, but we always get a little bit too deep into that for people that are just joining. And we have people joining all the time. We're expanding and exploding in growth. So every week we have new people and we see lots of good questions in our group asking about two things that are very important and that we're going to cover today. One is how do you get started? There are just a couple of steps, 4 steps that you need to do to make sure that you get up and running with Logie. We're going to go through that and we're going to answer all questions so that you are clear because that is step number one. And if you cannot get Logie set up, then you cannot make any money and you're not using the platform. So you have to get that part done. And don't be embarrassed to ask questions. Don't be ashamed to ask questions because this is not it's not straightforward. There's plugins that you need to install. There's a little places where you need to add things, so it's not straightforward. And don't feel bad if you don't get it because there's a lot of people that always ask this question. So we want to make sure it's clear. All right. Step one: have a pulse. Yes, make sure you have a pulse so you're alive and ready to rock and roll. You got to be alive if you want to make money on this amazing platform called Logie. And then also, in addition to setting up, we're going to talk about a couple of questions that people ask in our community. Basically, it revolves around the workflow, or some people call it different tasks that is required to basically receive a product from Logie, create content with that product, upload that content, and let Logie know that you've uploaded that content. So we're going to talk about the workflow and we're going to talk about the setup of your account. Those are two things, and we're going to keep it very simple today. So if you have very complicated question, please refrain from asking that. Keep the question simple so that this can be a newbie slash 101 introduction on the basic things so that people can get up and running. All right. So, um, and Eileen, feel free to jump in anytime because I think the interaction is just perfect when you have a comment or if you want to add clarifications.
No, I just want to say I'm glad we're live in the Logie group now, and we are live in multiple places, just so you all know. And my friend Joanna always says it's Eileen, you lean, we lean, we. And that's how I always get people to remember my name because somehow they think it's Irene, and it's like no, Eileen. So there you go.
All
All
right.
right.
So we should be able to see a screen share come up here momentarily.
Yeah, yeah, real
I can
quick, just to remind a recap from what was said before when we weren't live in a Logie group. David has logged into a test account so that we can like really show you some of the um, features that he wouldn't be able to show if he was logged into his own account. And a lot of you in the group will be familiar with Emma's account, and we use that for testing, or Ehud uses it, and he's given David the keys.
Yes. So we are logged into Emma's account as you see right here. So let's go to the very basic. And if you guys don't know the very basic, and if you want to have a quick reference of the very basic, there's actually this in our Facebook group right here. I can see if I can find it for us. We have
I think it's one
uh,
of the featured. Like if you go up to the
the
top,
feature post.
yeah,
Yeah,
featured.
yeah. So Stephanie created for us. Of course, I can't find it when I need to find it, right?
Stephanie Faith has created a quick little infographic.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me find it on another tab and I'll
okay,
pop it over.
yeah.
Give me 1
Go
second.
go to the messenger. Go to
Yeah.
messenger because remember I
r-
sent it to you.
Yep. Exactly. And
And
I don't want to show my messages.
yeah, 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 yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep. So I'm
But
gonna
that'll
hop
give
over
you
to
the
that right
link.
now.
That will give you the link, and then you can come back and post that link. paste that
Mm-hmm.
link into the browser. And so the basic steps of making sure your account is set up, that's where everything really starts. Making sure that your account is set up. And we shared this information in a previous broadcast, and Stephanie is so well versed with making graphics, and so she made this graphic. So here we go. Step one, create a Logie account. Step two, add your Amazon store ID. Step three, add your Go Shopping link to your site lists on Amazon for your on site and for your off site, or meaning for your associates and for your influencers. And install the Logie extension.
Yep. So we're gonna go through all of that, and if you guys have any questions, please let us know. So the first thing is to create a Logie account. So if you don't have a Logie account, go ahead and use utechpia.com/Logie. The link should be scrolling down at the very bottom too. That's a quick link that will help you get accelerated sign up because everybody gets audited and reviewed before it gets approved into this platform, because we want to make sure that we are allowing active and only emitting active influencer to make sure that we have a community of influencers that are using the platform. So that is the link to sign up for it. Step number one, as Faustina says, these are all easy steps. So step number one, go ahead and sign up if you didn't sign up at utechpia.com/Logie. Step number two, once you sign up and you get approved, you need to go into Logie and add your Amazon store ID. Is this streaming? Question is this streaming in the Logie group or is it streaming in public everywhere and Facebook? Barbara, we're streaming in many places, many Facebook, and including my YouTube channel, so that a lot of people can get a chance to see what Logie is and they can join Logie. So we the second step right here is to add your Amazon store ID. Another very easy step. So once you are in your account, and we have a demo account right now. So once you're in your account, what you're gonna do is you click on your profile right there, and you're gonna go to settings. In the settings, you're gonna scroll down, and you're going to go to your Go Shopping settings right here, and right here is where you add your Amazon store ID. Now, a lot of people always have questions about which store ID to add. What if I add another store ID? Generally, you want to put your affiliate store ID and the main one that you have. But it doesn't matter if you have other ones. The reason why this one is particularly important is because this one is going to be used as the tracking for when you are using the Go Shopping page. You see right here, this is the Go Shopping page. So in your Go Shopping page, it's going to generate links, affiliate links for you, and it's going to use that tracking ID. And another question that people always ask, well, what if I have other tracking IDs that I use for my Facebook group, or I use to post on YouTube, or I use to post on other places that I use to separate out, and it's not this tracking ID? Will those sales get tracked by Logie? And the answer is a reassuring yes. You do not need to specify all your store ID, just one. And I would recommend the affiliate one, because it is the one that gives you the highest commission, and it's also the one that's going to be used in the Go Shopping page. If you want to, you can create another one that's from your another affiliate tracking ID and use that too. So you just need to put one, and you will be tracked on all of the sales and all your other tracking IDs as well. That happens all automatically. It will be able to see all your other tracking ID. Don't worry. Even though you don't add it here, it will be tracked. The one you want to add here is probably your affiliate one, because it provides you the most commission. Are we clear on that? Any questions?
I don't see any questions, but I do see that Barb said great. She wants to share this with some Udemy students. So thank you, Barb.
Yes.
And Stephanie is like, this is helpful, or the other Stephanie. And she just needs help on the next step. Stephanie, we are getting there. I swear we are. We are.
Yep. Yes, Stephanie in a group used a specific tracking there that she used to track only Go Shopping stuff, so she knows it's tracked there too. So if you want to get advanced, then you can put that tracking too. So ultimately, you just need to put one tracking here, and that's the one that will show up in the Go Shopping. But just putting that one tracking doesn't mean that's the only tracking that gets tracked. All of your tracking gets tracked because that's a very misconception. It's like if I do other sales and other tracking, will I get commission on that? And the answer is yes. So as long as you have one tracking ID here, you're good. Now, this tracking ID will be used for your go.shopping page. And per Amazon's requirements, you need to let Amazon know when you are using that tracking ID on websites or sharing that. Where are you sharing it? So that takes us to step number 3. Let me make sure that I am sharing the right message right here. Okay, perfect. But hop back here. Just because I don't know if Facebook, my messages will pop up in Facebook. Um, so step number 3 is, so we already added the store ID, right? Step number 3 is you're gonna add the Go Shopping link to your site list on Amazon. And Eileen, can you help prepare that link for the site list for us?
Yes,
So
sure.
thank you. So the site list is where you're gonna specify the site, and what site are you gonna specify in that site list? Well, when you go do your setting here, you get your preview link down here. This is the link that you want to share with Amazon. This is what you need to tell Amazon where you're using your affiliate link. So copy this link right here. You can click here to go to it so you can see what it looks like. And it looks a little bit like this, right? So it has the proper Amazon disclosure already. So that's part 1 to take care of. You don't have to worry about that. But again, what you need to do in this next step, which is what we're doing right here, is you need to add it to your site list on Amazon. And Eileen has given us the link in the chat right there to
Yeah,
add your site list.
yeah, David, just I want to make sure everybody's clear on this.
Yes.
If you, typically, and those who don't have a typical account, you know who you are, but typically you're going to have two accounts. You've got your associates, you've got your influencers. You have to go to that site list for both and add your Go Shopping link. So your Go Shopping link is going to be goshopping.com/ whatever your username is that you
Which is right
have.
here.
Maybe. And if you get fancy, because some people say, oh, I want a different username, oh, you should know all that stuff, right? Because you got fancy. But let's keep it basic. Most people have the same username that they have on their storefront. And then, so it's going to be goshopping.com/ your username. You're going to add it to that site list for your influencer account and for your associates account. That's simple, right?
Yes. Let me
Okay.
go ahead and share that right here. There, right there. So once you go to that website, it looks something like this. You're gonna edit your website slash mobile app and Alexa skill list. But
I,
basically,
I don't see. What is it you're showing?
oh shoot, they don't see that screen.
Yeah, no.
No,
We're still looking at the Logie screen.
one moment, one moment.
No
I'm gonna
problem.
add another screen share right here, and we're gonna share the entire screen.
Now, like for myself, I have my YouTube channel, my
Mm-hmm.
Facebook page, uh, my email archive I mentioned earlier today. Uh, any other social medias, and my Instagram. Even if I'm not using it a lot right now, hey, why not put it in there? We get up to 50. My TikTok, my all those are on my site list.
Yes. There is a little caveat about putting stuff that you mm, just know that if you put it there, eyes will be on it too by Amazon. So just make sure that when you do put it there, that you have both the proper disclosure and you're following all Amazon's etiquette for posting and sharing content at those sites.
And Andrew, thank you so much for correcting me. Yeah, I was speaking too fast. It's there's no .com. It's just go.shopping slash your username. There's no com in there. Thank you, Andrew, for reminding me that I flubbed.
No worries. Good job, guys. Yeah. So and then Eileen also mentioned that you should put it on both or both or all your store IDs. Um, I would say at the very minimum, you got to put the one that's associated with this because this is the one that is going to be used on this website. Because technically, that's the only one you need. But like Eileen, she's always very careful because in maybe one day you decide to change this to your a different one, and you have your bases covered, right, Eileen?
Yep, that's right.
So
And
that's why
it's
you should put it
simple.
both.
It's simple. It doesn't hurt to have it on both. And, like I said, you have up to 50. So that's really 100 if you think about it separately. But I just have everything on both.
Perfect. And for some reason, my screen is weird. I'm gonna unshare that now and reshare just my web browser because that was weird. Okay, so now we're back to here. So now we're making progress, right? So we added the Go Shopping link to our Amazon site list, and then the last thing you need is the Logie extension. So remember how we said that although you only need to put one store ID and Logie is able to give you commission on all your other store IDs. Well, Logie has an extension and it does a lot of the heavy lifting that allows it, meaning Logie, to understand and be able to see all your sales. So this extension absolutely must be installed on your computer and you have to log into it periodically and make sure that your browser has the extension installed and working periodically so that it can do that work. So before we get into too much complication, let me show you what the extension looks like and how to install it. So after you go ahead and enter your tracking ID here and updated your Amazon site list, go ahead and go back to your Logie page and click on extension over here. In this extension, you want to go ahead and scroll down, or rather right here, click on this, install the Logie extension. Now this Logie extension only works on Chrome browser and Microsoft Edge. I personally don't use Microsoft Edge, but I use Chrome browser and it works really well for me. So click on that to get this extension. It will pop up and you have this extension. I already added it, so I don't need to add it again, but you can add it right here. And by the way, if you are using the Logie extension, um, there's got to be more than 15. There's like hundreds of people using it. So please leave us a review. You don't need to spend too much time on a review. Just drop a quick one. But yeah, we have 986 users. I told you we have a lot, over almost 1,000 user. Probably by the end of the stream, we'll hit 1,000 user. And these are 1,000 active user because remember, we don't let just anybody into Logie. We screen them. We make sure that they're active user because otherwise it would skew our data, right? It's like how Twitter would announce that they have billions of users, but half of them were bot users. Sorry, Elon, but these are active users. All right. So go ahead and install that extension. Once you install that extension, you should see like any other Chrome extension, it shows up here, which you can't see because I'm not sharing my screen. So I knew this was going to be a little bit of a situation. One moment, please. All right. So you should be able to see the Logie extension up here. You see that little sign right there? And the most common confusion is when Logie extension is not working, the way you know is by this little tiny little lightning bolt down here. It's so small that I miss it sometimes too. But it's green right there. You see that lightning bolt? If I hover over it, you can't see it anymore. But it's like right there, right above my cursor. Yeah? So
Yep.
that lightning bulb is green, which means it's actively working. And you see right here, if I hover over it, it says it has sent the report 6 hours ago. Barbara asks in chat, we install Logie extension on both Chrome and Edge browser. Barbara, you can choose either or. You can do both as well. It's up to you. Basically, the Chrome extension, or basically this extension, periodically fetches your report data and provides that to Logie so that Logie can track your sales. If you log in at least once every few days, then Logie will have the information to make sure that your commissions are paid out properly. So if you're using Edge browser more often than not, then I would recommend installing on the Edge browser. If you're using it on Chrome more often than not, then I would recommend putting it on Chrome. If you use both browsers periodically equally throughout the week, then maybe install on both. It's really up to you. But as long as you have it installed in one instance and you're on that computer at least once every few days to make sure that the green lightning bolt right here is green, that way Logie gets the data. And remember, it gets the data for all your sales, regardless of which tracking ID. So it will be able to track it even if that was not the tracking ID you specified in step 2 earlier. All right, so this is the Logie extension. It's installed now, and I verified that it works. One little thing to note that if you're new and you just installed the Logie extension, give it about 48 hours to fully pull in all your data. When you first install it, you might notice that some of your content doesn't get synced over. Some of your bank information might not be, you cannot update your bank information. If you run into any issue, just calm down and take a breather and come back and check it again in 48 hours because this extension does take 48 hours to fully activate. I know I talked about the banking information, and that might be a little bit confusing, but let me get into that after we talked about this extension. So this is the last step of the 4 things you need to do to get your Logie account working. Are we clear on that? Is there any questions on that?
I don't see any questions.
Awesome.
I think everybody's ready to move on. These
I
folks
think so
are.
too. We always take too much time on this, but it just takes time. All right. So when I mentioned bank account, um, there's a very good security feature on Logie to make sure that you are properly paid. And the way it works is that in your profile for your Logie account, you need to specify your banking account so that you get paid. So payment settings is here, and this is where you would set your banking information. I think I'm gonna click get yeah, you click get paid, right? So the way this works is it's a little bit of a chicken and an egg situation, okay? Logie does a security check to make sure that you are entering a correct and valid checking number. And the way it checks that is that it checks if it's the same checking account that you use to give to Amazon to pay you in your Amazon associate account. And the only way you can check for that is when the extension finishes its proper syncing. You guys following my drift? So if you just install the extension, you might not be able to add your banking information right away because it's going to complain and say it cannot track your existing banking information. And that's just because the extension hasn't fully populated the data over yet. So give it 48 hours. But banking information is obviously very important. You want to make sure you have that so that when you do make your commission, you get paid.
Oh, one thing I want to interject is you should
Yes,
use
please.
that same bank that you're getting paid from Amazon.
Yep.
The
Same
same
bank and
bank account.
same account.
Right. Same bank account, I meant to say. Yes.
See, we complete each other.
Yep. And
Yep.
Tarika asked a question I think we can answer. You probably can answer it quickly, more
You can
quickly
too.
than I do. About, no, I don't have a tablet. So she's asking, does it work on browsers or smart tablets?
No,
Okay,
it does
good.
not.
You knew the answer because you have tablets. I don't have a tablet.
Yeah. So basically, the extension is a Chrome browser. And when we talk Chrome browser, we're talking about the desktop application. So on mobile app, it's not really the Chrome browser. It's called the Chrome mobile app. And as far as I know, I don't think that supports extension. So you will need to have the Chrome extension installed on a desktop computer. And you don't have to be using it all the time. Just make sure you turn it on and you just let it sit for a little bit every day just so that it has time to go and fetch that data. So obviously, when you open up the browser, just make sure that you have that green check mark right there. Because if it's not green, you can leave it on for hours and it's not going to do anything. Days, it won't do anything. The reason why you want it green is green means it's able to connect to your Amazon backend and be able to see your storefront IDs and also be able to see your associate store IDs and also be able to collect that data. So make sure that you have this Logie extension installed, green check mark, and open this up once every few days. That would be good. Otherwise, if you don't, it will backfill. If you don't open it for like 2 weeks, it will backfill, but you don't really want to do that. You want to have it continually fetching data because sometimes we see people say, what's wrong with Logie? How come I go to my Logie dashboard and I'm missing data? Well, it's missing data because you didn't give it time to sync. And if it doesn't have time to sync, it won't have data.
Yep, David, let's get into the workflows.
All right, let's do it.
Let's move
All
on.
right. All right, workflow. So questions. You want to ask the question and I'll bring up the
Uh,
post.
uh,
Let's do it in order.
okay, remember
Yeah.
there was one that I said I wanted to talk about first.
Okay, go ahead, do that.
So folks, there we may be sharing some examples of questions that were asked in the group, but we just want you to know we're not picking on anybody or anything like that. We are here to help you. We want to make sure that you understand how this works. And sometimes if you get stuck in the beginning, then you're off doing something else. And so we want to, like, you're past the part of setting up your account, you're in there, right? Next, what is the steps you take in Logie in order to make money? Okay, so I think there's three workflows now. You probably somebody else in the group has another one that's outside of what we're going to talk about today, and that's great too. We'll cover that in a future training. But the workflow that is, let's start with David's workflow, okay? And
Why pick on me?
add,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to add to the beginning of his workflow. First, you got to go in Logie and find the products that you want to promote. I'm not even saying whether you're buying them or you're getting them shipped or what. I'm not even saying that. You got to go in there. So you got to do a little research, right? You look around, you see this product, and you're like, it's not really my niche, but wait, oh, it is my niche. Let me see if there are a lot of videos on that product. Whatever it is that you do when you research any product, or maybe you don't do any research. You're just like, hey, I like that product. In fact, I need that product. Okay. So now you have your product or products, because one thing that's important to know, if you are going to be purchasing products, you're going to request a coupon to purchase products that you see on Logie. You want to get all the products from that specific brand. You want to purchase them at once because the coupon, if there is a coupon available, don't get mad if there's no coupon, okay? But if there is a coupon available, it's a one time usage. So you want to buy all of those products. Let's say there's three or five. Not, don't have to break the bank like David did. You don't have to make a huge investment if that's not where you are in your business with Amazon, right? But get them all together. Let's say you got them all together and it only comes to like $100. You want to do them all at the same time because you ain't going to be able to use that coupon the next time that brand has a product or you see one and say, "Oh darn, I should have got the double pack." Right? So anyway, so go ahead, David, with your workflow, which is the one that's really making money.
Yeah, well, I'll keep it brief so that people can then follow. Um, I think the upper end of the workflow. Yeah, I'll make it super brief because I feel like I want to address the questions more specific than my workflow. But here's the Logie screen right here. Oh no, move over there. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
yes, I
All
like.
right. Yeah. All right. So, like Eileen says, basically, I pick a product and I try to go for the one that has high commissions and is something that I care about. And then I also make sure that it doesn't have a lot of competing shoppable videos in the upper carousel. And it also has an upper carousel to begin with. And it has a lot of reviews that are current. So I just gave you all my information, all my tips in 3 sentences. So let me repeat that because that's probably the most important tip I can give you. So when I look for a product, I look for a product that number one has a top video carousel. And number two, there is a space open in that top video carousel. And number three, it has a lot of recent reviews, which will imply that it has decent sales traffic. So those are my three criterias that help me pick uh, a product. So once I pick a product, I actually buy the product. Sometimes there's 50% coupon. That's great. If there are, I tend to use it. And like Eileen says, I tend to leverage that as much as I can because if you use a 50% coupon code for a brand, and not all brand has it, but when they do have it, you can only use that once for the life of your account. And when you use it, you can actually use it for all of their products, but you can only use that one time. So if you have the budget and you have an interest in, like, for example, Uno Casa, if they have a 50% coupon, you can grab all of their products and buy all for 50% off. So that's up to you. But let's skip to the part where I buy the product. I buy the product, I receive the product. What I do is I create the content however I normally do. And I promote the content however I normally do. Assuming that we're all Amazon associate and Amazon influencers, we're gonna promote it and get sales, and that sales should show up in our Amazon backend. So, for example, one way to do it would be to make a shoppable video, and that would generate sales. Another way would make a shoppable photo. Another way would be a blog and make a associate post, or put it in a Facebook group that you have properly disclosed, or put it on your Go Shopping page and share it in your email. Whatever way you want to promote that product, you promote that product. And you can continue to promote that product as long as you want, and you will get commission when sales are made on that product. And that's about it. That's the workflow for when you buy the product. There's another workflow that when you receive the product for free, and that's the question that I actually want to answer. Um, did does anyone have questions about my particular purchase workflow? If I should may I ask? All right, we have some questions. Let me try to answer them as best as I can. So, Mitch asks, if you bought the product, it can be delivered to your Canadian address, no problem. Correct. If it's an Amazon product and Amazon ships to your home in Canada, no problem. Yes, you buy the product however you would buy normal products on Amazon. In fact, I'll even push it one more step further. You don't actually even have to have the product to promote it because we're always used to talking about shopper videos and live stream where you actually have to have the physical product to promote it. You can actually promote it on a blog post without actually having the product. You can talk about the description of the product or why you would recommend the product based on what you need and based on pros and cons. Or you can make a YouTube video about a similar product, but letting people know that the similar product is no longer available, but this alternative right here is from Amazon, and it's a really good one that you would have bought if you didn't already have your ancient version of the same product. So yeah, you can promote any way you want. And Mitch, to answer your question, you can purchase it on Amazon and have it shipped to your Canadian address because it's just a product that you buy. Logie doesn't care that you buy. You click on here to buy. Logie doesn't even track if you buy it on Amazon. So that's another misconception. Do I need to buy on Logie? Do I need to buy it through Logie? No, you just buy it and obtain the product however you want.
Very,
The
very good. And I think Shaba has a question. I'm not sure if we're at that point yet to answer that, but let me know what you think, David.
Shava says, can you repeat again which link from Amazon you can't post on social?
You can
Um,
post on social if as long as it's public, Shaba. You can't post it in a private Facebook group. You can't post it in a messenger and DMs. And so that's the criteria. And I'm sorry, I'm answering for you, David.
that's
But
okay.
But that's the criteria because when you say post on social, uh, we didn't actually talk that much about that. I don't think. Well, maybe we did, and I just forgot. But
Nope.
you can post your links on social.
Yeah. So you definitely just post your affiliate links and disclose it properly if it's on social and public place. If it's a Go Shopping page, then you don't actually have to worry because you post anywhere privately, just link them to your Go Shopping page because the Go Shopping page is the part that has the affiliate link to Amazon, and it's also the place where that's your affiliate link is disclosed. So you're all safe. It's kind of what's that word I'm trying to say? It's like the secret, is there a word for this I'm
Secret
looking for?
sauce?
Not the secret sauce, but it's a workaround. It's a workaround to
Work around.
sharing your link,
Mhm.
quote unquote, your link, right? Because you're not posting an Amazon link, you're posting a Go Shopping link, right? And Shaba asked more specifically, affiliate link. You ask, you can get the product from Walmart as well. Yes, you can grab the product from anywhere. You can buy it at a garage sale, or if you have it already, yeah, so you get it anywhere. Yeah, so when you're sharing your affiliate link, I mean, I don't know how far back you want to go on basics, but you can generate an affiliate link on Amazon, and that affiliate link is tied to requirements that Amazon stipulates, where you have to disclose where you post that affiliate link, and also make sure that you specify that you're an Amazon associate to anyone that sees that affiliate link posted. Um,
And can I just say, because other people watching may not understand why Shaba's asking these questions, this part really doesn't have anything to do with Logie. This is, she's asking general questions about posting Amazon links. Okay? Has nothing to do with Logie, just for the record.
yes, yes.
Because that's, because a lot of people, Shaba, are, and the reason why I'm saying this, Shaba, is because a lot of people are confused and like we're kind of like trying to go in a straight line here talking about Logie, and then somebody just went off the rails just now.
Yep. No, no worries, no worries. Yes. So, the very, very, very good point. And the reason why it does tie into it in a way is because affiliate link is just one of the ways you can get traffic to your content and generate sales for Logi. So again, it doesn't matter
That's true.
how you sell any of the products. If you're using affiliate links, if you're using Shopify videos, or you're making a blog post, or you're using the Go Shopping site, however you make sales, Logi doesn't care because Logi tracks it all.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so now I want to talk about a different workflow,
Yes, let's go.
and I need you to keep the screen open
Oh, okay. All right.
because this person, and I'm going to use Stephanie as an example because she's been so patient. Stephanie Milan, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's got this product from Logie, and now she wants to know what happens next. You can do what David just described, or you can click on the create button. This is our workflow number 2. Click on the create button, that big green button at the top. There you go. And click on new content. New content. So now you have your choice. Live show, shoppable video, product post. Well, let's click shoppable video because we know that's where the money is right now, unless you're an A-lister and you're doing lives. Okay, so go next. So now you pick your product, grab any product, doesn't matter. Like one with a nice picture would be good. just pick a product so we can go to the next screen, David, and then next. And this is where you use the Logie AI. You haven't even recorded your video yet. You haven't even thought about what your content is yet. You don't even know what you're going to call this video, the title of it, or anything. Before you record it and you save it on your computer, you want to have that title and everything all set. This is where you would go, click generate title, And Logie's going to give you a title. Now, we know with post a shoppable video, it's got to be 60 characters. There's some online character counter tool. I'll post a link to it when the video's over because I couldn't find it right away. But there's plenty of them, right? So we know these titles are a little bit long. They're more than 60 characters. So you would edit it, but you don't have to. Right now, David, just pick one. You don't have to edit it.
Why not?
If you want to, yeah. Well, you type fast. All right, so next. And now you're going to generate a description. Okay? And notice on the prior screen, there was a bunch of different options of titles that you could pick. Pick the one that appealed to you. Same here with the descriptions. Remember, these are generated by AI. And just like you're using any other AI tool, right? You know, sometimes they don't have the greatest, it's not the way you would say it or not what you would want to read. You modify it if you want, or you just say, no, I don't like that one. So here, let's try again. See right below the little man? Let's try again. And you just keep trying until you get one you like. And if you don't like it, then you just pick something out of there that will help you get this process done faster, or just do it yourself. You don't even have to worry about this. Because in the end, what you will find is that even if you don't use this as like a script for your shoppable video, you may use this when you post it on social media. Okay, so let's go next. You picked one and go next. And just go next. Don't worry about the date. The date will be, don't even worry about the date. Just go next. Now, this is where you can generate the thumbnail. And our friend Altone in the group, there's a video that he shared of exactly how he likes to generate his thumbnails. And once again, you can do this or not. You don't even have to generate thumbnails. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Some of my best selling products, not necessarily Logie products, don't even have a thumbnail. It was the one that Amazon picked as the screenshot from the video, and that's fine. Okay? But if you want thumbnails, because maybe you're also going to use this on YouTube, maybe you're also going to post it on Instagram because you can generate square as well, then that's when you would generate a thumbnail. So we don't need to go through that process. But at the end, so just let's say create. Let's just say
You don't want to generate the thumbnail?
no, because it's a long process.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And like I said, Altone has done a great video. So let's just say we did the thumbnail. There's this beautiful graphic there. So now you come to the screen and you say, well, wait, how do I get it to Amazon? You don't. Not from Logie. You're supposed to download that graphic if you created that thumbnail, right? And you have all of your text if you're going to post on social media. And you've got your title because you carefully made sure it was under 60 characters. And you're going to copy that and paste that. Then when you filmed your video, now if you want, you can read this as your audio for your shoppable video. Or, of course, change it up, put your personality. I don't have to tell you all that because you all are excellent with selling, right? You don't want to sound like a robot. But this can help you. This can help guide you with some of the key points because it just really grabbed from the description on the product, right? And may have reworded it a bit just as ChatGPT would do. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you would create content for shoppable video as well as for other social platforms. And on that page, it has little icons. If you scroll back down to the bottom of it, it has Facebook, Twitter, but of course, Pinterest or wherever else you're posting your content. Stephanie Milan, I hope that has helped you. And we have a third workflow.
Yes. So again, this workflow is a separate workflow, and you don't have to do this workflow. So this workflow takes advantage of the AI and Logie. And the workflow that I used previously, I didn't use any of this, right? I just bought my product and I just create my Shopper video how I've done it all the time. I just record it, upload it, and give it a title myself and post it. But both of them are valid at generating content because ultimately any content that you generate will result in sales, hopefully, and that will be cashed by Logie so that Logie knows what you sold and will pay you commission.
Oh, now one thing I want to add, and I think I mentioned this to Ehud before, but I don't think we've made the change. We have the link there, so if you're going to, let's just say you were sharing that on Facebook on your page, right? It does not have the disclosure there, so you're going to have to add that. It does have hashtag ad. I don't mess around with Amazon and how funny they get sometimes. And maybe on Twitter, because it's limited, I would just put hashtag ad. But if I'm doing it on Facebook or somewhere that has the characters available to me, I'm going to put the whole thing as an Amazon associate I earn from qualifying purchases. I would do that on YouTube as well. Okay, but you do you. I just wanted to remind you that it's not there inside of that, just the hashtag ad. You also can say paid links or commission earned. And you don't have to have all those hashtags there because, it's going to have hashtag with your name and hashtag with the brand's name. You don't have to add those hashtags. That part is totally up to you guys. And I think you probably figured that out from what I've been saying. Okay. Also, if you got the product for free, please, please, please remember to mention that in your shoppable video or in your live stream. Please say, I think one of them, I said, Logie sent this to me. I didn't say the brand. I said Logie. I think that's okay because actually Logie did send it to me. But the point is that you got it for free. You don't have to use the word free, but they sent this to me for review. Make sure you're saying that. And, that is kind of the advantage of buying products. You don't have to say a disclosure about, I got this for free. So there's six in one hand, half a dozen in the other with that.
Yep.
Okay, so real quick, because we're really here. In the workflow number 3,
Yep.
the combo of what David does, which he's not using Logie for any of this AI to create his content. But what he could do is just come back here after the fact. The shoppable video is already up on Amazon. He's already done his live stream. But he could come in here after the fact, do that same workflow I just showed you, and just use that to post on social media. That's workflow number 3. Just use it for social media posts or a blog post or, however we're doing our off-site promotions. So you can use the Logie AI tools before you even create your content, or you can use it after you didn't even look at any of the suggestions from Logie, but you come in here after the fact with that same product and still go through all those steps and use that content for posting on social.
Or you don't use it at all.
Or you don't use it at all. That would be workflow number 1, which was David's workflow.
Hmm. So yeah, so those are the workflows on how to generate content. And obviously the one with the Logie is taking advantage of Logie, right? So to take a step back, you can create your content however, right? So that's why we presented these different processes, these different methods to create content. Ultimately, you have to create content if you want to generate sales, and that's why you need to create some content. Now that kind of leads up to the next question. We've done our 3 flows, right? So we can answer a question now, right, Eileen?
Sure.
Okay, so the question is right here from Stephanie. She asks, if we are matched with a product, what are we required to do? Just upload the video to Logie. Um,
Can I
Go
just
ahead.
please answer that? Stephanie,
Yeah,
I want you to get out of your mind that you're uploading anything to Logie, because I did not say this in any of these workflows, and David kind of hinted at it, but I didn't say it. Logie is going to find any content that you post, whether it's for a Logie product or not. So you do a shoppable video, you do a live stream, Logie's going to pull that. That's why you need the extension. That's why the extension is so important. It's going to pull that content in. It's going to show up in 2 or 3 days. You're going to look and say, hey, that's that shoppable video I uploaded the other day. I didn't even tell Logie. Logie knows. So you're never going to upload videos to Logie. Logie is just helping you with creating titles, creating a script, creating the what you need to share on social media. You're never going to upload videos to Logie. So, what are we required to do? We want to make content for our those brands, especially if they're sending us free products, because we want more brands to come and join Logie. We want the brands to be happy, just like we want our customers to be happy, right? So, as brands, and if Ehud was here, this would be a 10-minute dissertation, right? Y'all know that. We got to keep the brands happy too. This is not just I'm just here for me. It's a whole cycle, right? The brands get happy, the brands give us good higher commissions, the brands give us free products, they give us discounts. We're providing a service for our customers, helping for buyers, helping them to find products that they need or products they didn't even know they needed, right? And we benefit because we're like, cha-ching. Okay, so you're not really required. Logie's not going to kick you out if you don't do anything. You get a free product, you don't do anything with it. You may not get recommended
more
for
free
future
videos.
free products. Okay, I'm glad that Logie instituted this new thing where we accept or dismiss
Reject.
getting
Yeah,
products. I'm not sure what the wording is, but
decline or something. I
decline.
forgot.
'Cause
I forgot.
I was offered one the other day, but guess what? I already have the product. I already bought the product before Logie came up with this accept or decline. And I've already made the shoppable video. I don't need another one. I'm not going to say, yeah, ship it to me just because, right? Because if I want to make another video, I still have the product. I use it. I can just make another video. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Stephanie. And like I said, I'm not picking on you. I just want you just erase that thought from your mind about uploading anything to the only thing you would upload to Logie is when you watch Altone's video, you'll see that when you're making a thumbnail, you can upload an image. You can upload a talent image, which would be yourself, or if you have some other free, royalty free image, but mostly it would be yourself or a photo that you've taken of someone. That's the only content that you would ever upload to Logie.
So I want to add a little bit to that. I think that's all very good. Just having another person we summarize will also give closure to this. So you do not need to do anything to Logie if you are creating content on Amazon, right? So if you're making a shopper video, you're making a shopper photo, or you're doing idealist, or you're doing live stream, Logie will know. It knows. Oh yeah, it knows. It'll know and it'll track you and it will let the brand know that you created the content. So you're good. If you get a product from Logie and you create your content and put it as any of those four, a shopper video, a live stream, a shopper photo, or a idea list, then Logie knows. Obviously, you want to try to get sales on it because then Logie will use their AI and get more content out, more product shipped to you. So do however you do you. If you're doing it on Amazon, you do not need to go back to Logie and tell it. It will know automatically. If yeah.
No, go ahead, David.
Okay, so if you do not do those four workflow, any of those four, which is very rare because I think the majority of the people in our group do at least a Shoppo video. But there are some people that are not influencer and that they don't have a storefront, so they will do a YouTube video, right? And they will have their associate links on their YouTube video. That YouTube video Logie won't know about because it's not on Amazon. So that's the part where you will need to go into the Logie page and
That
you're gonna
create button. Yep. I was just going to
yeah.
say that, David. You were thinking the same thing as me. That create button is good for that.
Yeah, you go add content, but I'm not gonna get into this because the majority of the people in our group are going to at least do one of the four that I mentioned: shop a video, shop a photo, live stream, or idealist. And those will be tracked automatically. If you do put it on YouTube and Facebook and other things, it's good to add the link here because then the brand will also see those and they will be more happy, right? But in terms of the minimum requirement, literally, Stephanie, you just need to do one of those four things: a shop a video, a shop a photo, a live stream, or an ideal list, and Logie will be able to detect that you posted and shared their product automatically.
Awesome. Shaba says she got an offer yesterday and she accepted it. Stephanie said that she started declining to train the AI to send me products in my niche. I'll compose a post in a group. Eventually, I want to see some success at it before sharing. I get it. I get it, Stephanie. Yeah.
Very
Awesome.
good.
Yep. Let's just go up to that create button one more time, David. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. So you create content, add a product. Okay. Most of the time when you're adding a product, you're on Amazon and you just click the add to Logie button. But if you're not, and you happen to just be on Logie and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to add that toilet paper rack that I bought last week. Then you would just click add product, and then there's a place there where you can, if you have the ASIN, or you go over to Amazon, and then it just adds it to the your products page on Logie. And having that your products just makes it easier for you, especially if you're live streaming, to grab those ASINs when you're setting up your live stream. But it's also helpful when you're sharing on social media and so forth as well. So, Andrew said he had three last month and already got matched to one today. Yay! Yep. Oh wow! I feel like we have done it, David. We have answered so many questions that someone who's just beginning would have, and the questions have like slowed down tremendously.
Good. Did we miss any? Because there were so many. I didn't read
Yeah,
a lot of them.
I'm going to scroll back. I want to read some of the comments that we may have missed. Has any one of you ever created a workflow on Trello or some other platform to organize flow, etc.? Shaba, I've used Trello before, but I wing it. Yeah. I'm not that I'm not an organized person. I'm a person who still like writes, has handwritten notes and sticky notes all over, but I'm sure there's a lot of efficiency related folks in here who can tell you, what some of their Trello boards look like. But I think it's actually a great idea. And Stephanie, Faith probably, she can share some of her efficiencies. And Stephanie said, any of these three ways Eileen and David is explaining, but I'm not sure what you're answering. Can't spell and spell check math. Oh, sorry. And how do you link the shoppable video to Logie? Okay. Logie. All right, this was a past question that Shaba asked. I'm sorry, Andrew. I just saw that David had yours up there.
No, no,
It
that
was
we
just a
already
comment.
mentioned that one.
Okay.
I was looking for Shaba's comment and I clicked on the wrong thing.
Okay, no problem. So Shaba and everybody, just to be clear, and I thought I said it strongly enough, but just one more time. Once you've uploaded any content or done any content on Amazon, shoppable video, live stream, photos, because we can do photos on Amazon too, right? You never have to tell Logie. If you want to, you can. You can come over here and add it like I just showed you. But you never have to because Logie knows everything. That's the point of the extension. It's going to pull it in.
Make sure you tag your product properly when you upload the Shoppo video and Shoppo photos. You need to tag the product, otherwise there's no connection. But that's obvious that if you make a Shoppo video, you're tagging the product.
Yep. And yep, I think we've got everything. And I'm so, so happy that we have been able to come together again, David. If I didn't know better, I would think that we knew each other for years and years and years. And yeah, this has been really fun. My goal is, like I love seeing David make all this money. Like I just love it. That's why he has the green background because he just. And my thing is I don't make that much, but I know how to navigate Logie. And sometimes I get it wrong.
Mm.
Because a lot of times, as some of you may know, there's different ways to accomplish the same task on Logie. And we didn't get into any advanced things like all the stuff that's over on the left hand sidebar, that whole menu, right? Because we wanted to address the beginners that first setting your Logie account up. Then once you've got it all set up, you start getting products. You're buying them, you're getting them for free, you're getting them at a discount. What do you do? So this is what our goal was today. And David, I think we accomplished the goal.
Yep, we did. We shared how to create content, whether you buy it or whether you get it free from Logie. And we also showed how to create a Logie account and start and set up an account from scratch for somebody that's brand new. So, and this is the current flow, and it actually hasn't changed in the last several months. So, and I don't think it's going to change moving forward for a little while. So, this video should be still very valid for at least a while.
Yep. Because the way we understand it, our friend Ehud Segev is working away with the brands, and you all see it. Especially if you log into Logie quite often, like I do, you're like, "Wow, where those products come from? Wow, look at all those new products! Oh my goodness, these are so cool!" And some of them, I may not think that they're in my niche or whether, but I just think they're cool products. There's like, oh my goodness, I am so happy to see different brands coming in, and they're eager for us to work with them.
Yeah, so Andrew asked a question about getting those products sent to him from AI and having a list of them to file or to report when you're bookkeeping, whether you're going to write it off or however you handle that. Right now, there's currently no way to see the list of all the stuff that's being sent to you, but I'm sure that's in the works. That should be available soon. But I don't know. I don't know when is soon. I just know it's in the works. But in the meantime, I would track it manually. I definitely track it manually.
Yeah, you just really keep track of those emails that were sent. And
Yep.
for those of you who have signed up for text, you know, just, put them in a folder in your inbox. Or if you have Gmail, you can just create a Logie folder for all this stuff, and even the ones that you decline, just for yourself. So oh yeah, they did offer me that one, I declined it, or what have you. and track it yourself that way for now until Logie builds something for us to keep track of it inside of Logie. It's
Yeah.
not that difficult.
Make it an ideal list. That way it's dual purpose. You can share it as ideal list, and it's also all the Logie product I got from Logie. And then that's your ideal list too, if
Yep.
you want to share it.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Well,
All
we
right.
started late, so technically, I think we're right around 1 hour.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank
Perfect.
thank you, David, so much for
Thank you.
hosting. And thanks every one of you for all listening, no matter where you are listening to this. And we will see you next week.
Yep. Have a good weekend, guys. Next weekend we'll be a little bit closer to Black Friday, so
Friday.
be prepared. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have
Bye,
a good
everybody.
rest of your day. We will see you next time.